Hey guys, welcome back to Dow Jones Futures. Let's go over what went down today and how I traded it. As usual, I set levels around 3 to 6 p.m. at the end of the session so I can gauge what went through during the day, and then we can focus on what to look for that evening and the next morning as well. So to last night, we left off right around this clear resistance that I had based on previous levels. So I was expecting that to be a reclaim level as understood by Rex. That would require something like, excuse me one second here. We don't need alarms going off right now. So that was the reclamation, and the way to enter a reclaim would be first you want to hit the level sometimes and pull back a little bit. That's acceptance. This small pullbacks during 6 p.m. low volatility is not exactly doing it for me. If I was enthusiastic about something, I would look forward to taking the long, but here clearly after selling so much down, I'm looking for a really good volatility to push through. We did start selling back more at 7 o'clock, and then we came right back. In the past, I would have taken the long right above, assuming we have this acceptance. But now I understand that not only do I want acceptance and push back to the trigger, but I want to see us get over there and hold at least for a minute or two or longer above clear volatility. Otherwise, I'll just wait. And if it's good volatility and I missed the better entry, even a couple points above is fine, because I would be more than expecting this move to travel at least 5-6 points, maybe to back test this little breakdown here, if not above further. So didn't enter. We're learning. Those are growing pains that everyone goes through. And then overnight, as we got later and later, we sold down. We offered a quick little dip fail breakdown at 11:15. I was a little upset I missed it, but it was very simple. There's a Monday, October 20th low here, and we undercut that here just by a couple of points, and we've shot right back up. In that case, you can go long about 4 points above that low, so that's about 46.45. So right around this major level, if you went long there, that was good for over 10 points before bed, a nice little midnight stack, so to speak. Then we got a double dip fail breakdown where we lost this low and undercut that previous low again, came right back up. So at 215, you can take that same fail breakdown around 46.50, and this one went for 12 points this time. So, excuse me, 46.45, and this one went for 16 points this time. So two great trades overnight for overnight traders. After that, we just continued to consolidate and sell more until we rejected at that level. Right when I was waking up, I noticed these two failed breakdowns at the level. So to me, it was already kind of used up as well. So that this one I can move on from for now. We continue to start selling down. As I'm watching, I'm looking, and I noticed we had another low here from October 19th, Sunday open. That was a clear low. We lost it around 7:45, and we were just consolidating below it. At this point, I wasn't really interested in taking the failed breakdown at this low with these clear lows in front of me, as well as this one above. So I was looking for a reclamation of this level at that time. And since we didn't get there, I was still just waiting, chilling. Out of nowhere, though, we undercut this October 17th low at this white line. If you look back real quick at the open at 9:30, good volatility. We went underneath it and snapped right back above this major level, which is about 4 points above the low. So I went long right here around 46.24, and that worked out great for about 9 points right away. I sold my position, left a small runner. We started popping and continued acceptance of the reclamation of this level. However, it just went up through and came right back down. So at this point now, that was a reclamation level. We can delete that for now and continue to move forward. I'm going to delete this, just clean up the levels. Things are there for me, for my study purposes. I know what they are. It's not always this congested. When it is, I learned to decipher, and you can do the same yourself. Anyways, after a successful trade, now I was happy to just wait for a A+ setup. Otherwise, I was not interested in doing anything crazy. And luckily for me, I got that with some patience. So at this point now, we were losing this level and this major level. A lot of congestion here. So when there's congestion like this, better to just lay back and let price show you its hands. And then we got that. So right around 10:45, 11, we dipped down really hard under this level fast and then started pushing back up. I really like the action there. This was a little bit of consolidation. Some lows were set, and then we dipped below at 11:15. So right away, I was looking for that kind of action. Once we went above this green level, I decided to take the long with a small stop loss, only 7-8 points below, and that worked out great. We pushed right through a couple levels, took some profit, and then we sold back down, and we had a double dip here. So at 12:30, if one missed this or really liked the setup, could have entered more back here at 12:30 at the green light. That also now went for a great setup. If you missed both those, there was a kind of a reclaim setup if you want to be patient around here where we consolidated and we were waiting to push through, and then we finally pushed through. A lot of setups here, failed breakdown here, second entry here, reclaim of this level. You can see we were testing it, we undercut it, pushed through acceptance, and then we pushed through again at 11:15. A lot of ways to play this. From there, we pretty much back tested this level from the top. As you can see, after pushing through, bounced off this level, went through this previous reclamation for the first time, a lot of consolidation, a lot of congestion. We tagged this reclaim level twice. Remember from the morning where that was the clear entry point. We sold from there, and then we came back and tagged it twice. Not a coincidence. After a couple tags, we started selling off, and here we are now in Dow Jones. What am I looking for now? After I do my levels, I'll be looking for clear lows. The first lows I see are these two right here, so maybe a failed breakdown of these lows will be great. On the top side, we were working on some type of reclamation over here. You can see how we hit it and sold a couple times, and now we're selling again. Possibly pushing through this level should see us attack some of these major levels above. Let's go to more of a higher time frame now and see if I'm looking at anything that really sticks out that's obvious. The first thing that I want to talk about real quick is this broadening formation that I was tracking. It looks like we lost it today. Maybe it needs to be adjusted slightly, maybe potentially something like this. This could be something we're looking at now. Although this one still appears to be pretty relevant, I'd say more probably, but I'm willing to take a bet on both. It's not about being exact, it's just about knowing where the price action is lying so that we can be careful with our longs and wait for traps before we push through. Below today's low, there's some great clear lows right here. So it says A plus, failed breakdown right here. I'm gonna put A plus right here. I'm gonna wait for these levels to trap. Might not get as low as here. Probably will clear these two, tag this level, and then potentially give us some levels long before it does what it wants to do. That doesn't matter to us. The overall thing right here I'm looking at, this is the target up here. We can delete this Rex for now. It's not really relevant to us. And we can delete this Rex for now. Also not relevant to us. However, those reclamation areas are levels that usually will get back test, maybe sell off a little bit before continuing up. Last thing I'll mention is the bear bull line above clearly is right here around 46.74. That is where we came up to a couple weeks ago on the gap open. It was a target, and now it clearly has been a nice little resistance. The past and the support and resistance the past few weeks, that loss of that level, as you can see, we undercut it, pushed up, one more push up before selling down. Was a clear loss of this level here. So that is the next level I'm looking for a back test that could produce a nice sell. Above that, I'm looking at this level right here. So this should also be a very good target for us if we can get there. Nothing's guaranteed, and I'm not interested in predicting what happens. I just know that I'm looking at those numbers to get tested. So overall, pretty clear, pretty straightforward. We could also use some new structure, but as of now, I have good structure to work with. Going back to a 45-minute chart here real quick. Things are pretty straightforward. We have some lows here and some lows here. If we can't get either of those, there's some structure that forms around here. Maybe a low is set overnight. We push up, and then in the morning we can undercut that low somewhere around this zone a little above the failed breakdown. We can hit that long, let that fizzle out, and then hit this long right after. Why not? We have the ability to do what we want. Let's go get it. Have a good night, guys.